What a beautiful day today. My hair is gone. I am basically bald. I got 11 subscribers. Pretty much everything, nothing that I was expecting to happen, basically happened in the past 24 hours, so that's cool. I'm just feeling so great, so bald at the same time. Who would have thought that those two occurrences could occur, but they did. Woo! Anyways, guys, excuse the car. I'm currently working 14-hour days right now, putting in that work so that way I can go to school and not be broke. As well as fund my addiction to Amazon as well as iced coffee. Anyways, excuse the car, but I just realized, like, I just have to call myself out and talk crap to myself. I do this in a loving way. But yesterday, or whatever day that I took that first video, I kept saying it feels so good to be here, when literally I was in my room. Like, no one asked me to be there. Oh, my blinker was on this entire time, that's safe. No one asked me to be in my room recording on a Sunday morning. But what I meant was, it feels so good to be doing this, to finally be going for this, guys. I got a lot of good responses. No one emailed me something bad, so that was like kind of cool. I was just expecting it just because, you know, like how it is, but sometimes people can be rude. But no, I got a lot of positive responses and it felt good, and it was just cool to see that, you know, there's people who are open to kind of what I'm trying to do. And so I just want to thank you guys. My 11 subscribers, you don't understand. Guys, I was so excited to get 3 just because I'm like, it's a party of 4 now, like me and the 3, and now there's 12 of us. 12 of us, like, that's so fun. I'm so excited to just share what's been going on. And guys, I decided that I was kind of open to like starting with whatever topics that were kind of just like brought up in my mind, and was just kind of waiting to like hear either from myself, like my inner being, whatever you want to call it, or someone else. And I think I want to start with mental health, just because it's something I'm so passionate about, something that I have struggled with for a few years, and I say that with absolutely no shame. I think that mental health is definitely becoming a little bit destigmatized, and it's slowly starting to get talked about more, but it's definitely something that is still frowned upon to talk about. It's so sad because if we're being honest with ourselves, most of us struggle with mental health just because we don't talk about it. And it's something that I'm so proud to say that sometimes I struggle with my mental health. And that stems from years of not being myself and just being scared to show that as a man that you can have emotion, because honestly we're not taught, especially through schooling. I'm just currently reversing. This is super safe, guys. We're taught to just not, I'm just gonna sit here in the car and talk because I'm feeling good, feeling right, as I'm literally sweating, but it's all good. We're not taught to discuss these things. So for so many years, these emotions were bottled up. And I'm so grateful because I was never raised, thankfully, to that emotion was weakness. And that's very rare. But growing up in school, I always struggled because I was the kid who had emotions, you know, so, you know, labels and bullying and everything, but I'm here, I'm not complaining about any of it. But I think I just want to start these vlogs off, a little series on mental health. My goal is to do about 15 minutes, just keep these videos kind of short. I don't know if that's short, but like, I want it in like digestible, smaller parts. That way it's not me rambling on for 3 hours, because I really want my focus and attention and my energy strong here. I want this to be direct. I want to talk about certain topics, and my first topic that I just really want to talk about is you are not alone. Like, that's why I'm kind of just boldly stating, like, Christian Bittinger struggles with mental health. I really do. It's something that I personally struggle with, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of, I wouldn't say depression, but I struggle sometimes with feeling as if I'm alone. And I think my mental health, I don't want to say issues because they're not issues. My mental health journey has been kind of all over the place, I would say, due to the fact that I do have some pretty bad digestive issues. And I've had those for many years, and I definitely want to talk about that a little bit later on in the journey. But I struggle with a lot of times just not being able to be present, just because. And I'm not complaining here, but there probably 5 out of the 7 days of the week I was in really bad abdominal pain for at least half of the day, and that just takes a toll. It took a toll on my mental health, and I didn't really start taking my overall health seriously until about this past year. So a lot of it came from feeling as if I was alone. And even if you don't struggle with digestive issues, the point of it is when one part of the body's off, it's often that another part of the body is going to be off, or at least just not as well as you want it to be. So although you might not struggle with digestive issues, you might struggle with some anxiety, some depression, or whatever you struggle with. Listen, I think in no way am I saying after listening to this you're not going to struggle with those, but I think this video specifically, guys, just know you are not alone. The amount of people that I've talked to, just friendships, just people confiding in me confiding in people, is you guys are not alone here. And whatever you specifically struggle with, whether you want to connect with those people specifically, and that's not with me, or people like me who may not struggle with the exact same thing, that's totally okay. The whole point of this video is to just let you know that although knowing that you're not alone might not, I'm not saying it's gonna cure or fix what you're dealing with, what you're going through, what you're growing through. Hopefully we all struggle in our own ways, and I guess knowing that you can connect with people who either struggle with your specific condition or just in general people who struggle with feeling like you are alone. Guys, I can't tell you the personal empowerment I felt from knowing that some days when I'm in my head, I can just reach out to someone and say, one of my good friends, hey, I'm really struggling with this. Even if my friends can eat whatever they want, or just have no digestive issues, or whatever it is, whatever they might have going on, it truly doesn't matter, because the emotions, they really boil down to similar concepts. I'm not saying that I've experienced some of the things that you guys have experienced, not at all what I'm trying to say, but I'm saying that a lot of the times, a lot of the emotions that you guys have felt, that I felt, another person has felt. And that just is so empowering. It's so empowering, guys. I really encourage you, if you're receiving any of this, to either talk to someone that you can trust, whether that's a loved one, me, for example, if you want to, and let's just talk about it. Talk about it with me, talk about it with anybody that you trust. Or if you're not ready to talk about it with someone, really just look up. The internet is such a beautiful place. I understand there's definitely some not so beautiful characteristics, but there are some out there. Let me rephrase, there are so many beautiful things about the internet and social media, because one of its core values is connection. And of course you can take that the wrong way, but you can connect with people who either struggle with your specific condition, or in general, people who just want to connect, because guys, you are not alone. Human beings are genetically hardwired for connection. And when we cut ourselves off from connection just because we feel alone, we feel insecure. I'm in no way saying that I have gone through what you guys have gone through. I understand that there are really bad situations that people have gone through, but that doesn't mean that you have to go through them alone. And the emotions that you have felt, another person, I'm telling you, even if it's not me, again, I am not this all-knowing being. I'm simply here to tell you in this specific video, you are not alone. There are resources out there, and trust me. Or don't, just try it out for yourself. Even if you're like, Christian, I'm not really feeling what you're saying, but if you're not where you want to be, then why not try? Why not simply try this exercise? Let's say it's anxiety, okay? Google, search natural ways to help anxiety, or how I overcame anxiety. Or not that this is something that you can, I'm not saying you just watch a video and you're like, oh, it's gone. You know, there's nothing more frustrating. I think mental health is definitely becoming more and more advanced because, or like, at least talked about, when like in middle school, and I struggled with depression in middle school, and people would just tell me it's all in my head, or just stop being sad. Yeah, I'm not in any way trying to just say just stop being sad, or stop having anxiety, stop having issues with your mental health. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying stop taking medications or any of that. I'm simply saying if you want to try a tip that you're open to receiving, open to just trying something new, then I really recommend either reaching out. You guys are not alone. Just I really encourage you to just try to reach out to someone, or if you're not ready for that, look up those who struggle with anxiety. How do they deal with it on a daily basis? Because even if this is something that I'm profusely sweating, I apologize, but I don't want my energy to be disrupted, so I'm just gonna keep going. I apologize, this is probably very not appealing, but just try and hear my words. Put the camera down so you cannot see this sweating person. But just my intentions again are so pure when I just, like I said, for me, that realization that I am not alone has fundamentally changed a lot of my issues. Of course I still have bad days. Of course mental health is still something that I prioritize daily, because it's not something that I, again, just, oh, I'm fine now. I talked to someone about it. But I will say that it has helped me, as well as people have told me themselves when they've reached out. It's helped them. And it's beautiful because, guys, a lot of the things that we deal through, a lot of the things that we go through and experience, although it might not be the same situation, the emotion, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, a lot of people, or at least someone, I'm not downplaying your guys' experiences, have gone through that. I hope this kind of made sense. I'm not trying to be Oprah. I'm simply saying, guys, I really want to start these vlogs off with mental health because this is something that I'm so passionate about. And again, I can boldly say that this is something that I deal with on a daily basis. And I hope that at least that makes you feel not alone. I'm not saying you have to care that Christian struggles with mental health. That's not my intention. I'm not trying to gain sympathy. I'm not trying to gain pity. I'm trying to gain connection. I'm trying to get you guys, and myself, of course. Again, these videos are me speaking in the mirror because I'm very young. I want to grow, and I want to share my growth as well as grow with you guys. Me and my 11 subscribers. I'm so thankful for you guys for just supporting me in this and just having an open mind. Again, feel free to try this tip out, and if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But you tried it, and that's it. It's really not it's not a difficult task to just try it. I encourage you to have an open mind, and let me know if this helped at all, if this is something that didn't work, because I'm gonna keep showing you guys things that have worked for me. And it might work for you, it might not, and that's okay, because trying new things is a way to improve. And that's really where I want to end with this. Again, apologies. This might be half from being hot and half from being so nervous in a great way to talk about this, because this is scary stuff. This is very vulnerable for me to do this. It might not be hard for other people to talk about this, but for me, it's extremely scary. It is scary, but it feels so, again, I want to talk crap about myself too a little bit too, guys. I kept saying it feels so right. Apologies, like, chill, we get it, man. But it does. I'm gonna say it again. It feels so bueno. Bueno means good. Yeah, we're gonna work on the Spanish. As well as maybe profusely sweating, but I didn't want the AC to be not, I can't even talk anymore. I'm kind of exhausted. About to go into shift number 2, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching and just joining me in this journey, and I hope you guys have an incredible day.